Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. It's me, Bruce, from Radical X Games, bringing you Gamers Gauntlet. Alright, so this was something I announced on Vault X last week. We're going to be kicking off the season with me versus Connor. And this will be interesting, because oh my goodness. But we have Luke and Stan as our judges today. And me and Connor are going to take on each other head-to-head, see who can get the most points this week. And
like docking.
Oh my god. And see who can get the most points heading into the first week of the season. So, whenever you guys are ready, read off our first question.
Starting category, best crime game.
Best crime game.
Ooh.
Alright, I'll let you go first on this one.
L.A. Noir.
Oh, shit.
I knew you were going to pick that.
I was.
So, L.A. Noir, pretty great game. Crimes and shit, solving shit, detectives and shit. I defer.
The best detective game, or the best crime game, if we were talking about detective series, Sherlock Holmes. Definitely, Sherlock Holmes is the best game for that kind of genre, because if you look at, I'm going to attack your shit now.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
Cards are put in attack mode. Your defense mode is dead. Because L.A. Noir, a lot of the time when you played L.A. Noir, the characters' faces were really off. They would seem like they were hiding something, so when you accused them of lying, it was like, oh, no, you're just actually
It was
stupid.
always doubt.
It was always
you always
had to doubt it. So, and especially with the lying, you had to actually bring up evidence, which, yeah, sometimes you didn't bring up, or sometimes you didn't have, and sometimes you're sitting there like, well, how can I prove that's a lie? A lot of times was that. So L.A. Noir had a lot of problems with its interrogation techniques.
Yeah.
And so that was one thing I really had against it. Sherlock Holmes, it really doesn't have that. It has, like, all the evidence is splayed out right in front of you, and also it's a lot easier when you have Watson there to help you along the way. And also, and just, yeah, that's what I got.
See, all we had was annoying-ass little punk bitches that were like, the captain aren't gonna be here with you. And then, oh, you gonna get the mud now, little bitch. And so, this is true. Yes, the interrogation, as I look back on it, weak, sure. But, you gotta admit, finding out who the murderer was and actually going through it like you were a straight-ass detective.
Yeah.
God damn, that was cool. Especially when you got into that one, like, there was that one crime where there was a lot of bodies throughout the city, but they were all at different locations, and each body led you to another location through like a riddle and shit.
Right.
That was cool.
Okay. But another thing with Sherlock Holmes, Crimes of Punishment is the game I'm talking about, by the way. It gives you a character that you can actually feel bad if something bad happens to him. However, in L.A. Noir, I didn't feel bad for the main character when something bad happened. He cheated on his wife and left his kids. I mean, I did not feel bad for him at all.
I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, dude. He goes and sleeps with the German, the lounge singer.
Well, shit, I would too.
Yeah, so, yeah, but still, like I said, I wouldn't feel bad for that guy because he cheated on his wife, left his kids, and all that for this German lounge singer. So I wouldn't... Sherlock Holmes, Crimes and Punishment definitely gives you a main character that you could be more empathetic to.
Highly disagree, because Sherlock Holmes is a sociopathic douchebag that's willing to do literally anything to get to the bottom of the case. As that, yes, is good in today's justice system. Come on, back in like mid-1800s, early second industrial revolution. Come on. I mean, like, you have factory workers who are fucked up all the time. You have devout religious people who are still believing that God is, they're not really, they're left over from before the Protestant Reformation. They still have the belief that God is literally intervening with every single bit. So, for that, some of the crimes are just fucking stupid. That's fucking stupid.
Alright, I'll give it to you guys yeah. I had another thing I was going to bring up, but I think we've met our ends.
I'm going to have to give my point to L.A. Noir.
Hey!
Wow.
But actually, it's because, well, what I felt was the fact that I honestly felt that the argument that it was hard to discern the villainous of somebody I think that works in its favor if you really like
I guess.
the detective, playing the role of the detective. It is actually something that a detective has to, choose.
I'm gonna give it to LA Noire.
Fuck you!
Son of a bitch! Wow.
The reason why is because you didn't advocate for your game and its content.
True.
He advocated for the content. You only disagreed with his content, and then told why yours was different. But you didn't actually say what your game is about at all.
Okay. Well, all right. I'll take that. I'll take the hit on that one.
Round 1, bitches.
Round 1. Yeah, I'll give you that.
Fuck yeah. Take that out.
Okay. So our next question is going to be, what is the least likable main character?
You can have that first one because I know exactly who my.
No, you take it first. I'll let you take it first.
So, for anybody who has played the Borderlands series, you're all going to agree with me when I say Claptrap. Because fuck that dude. He won't shut up. He's the most annoying character. He's got the most annoying voice. And he always says stupid shit. Now, you might be thinking, oh, he gives you side quests. He's not a main character. Disagree. Borderlands 2, main character. Borderlands the pre-sequel, you can literally play as him, and in one of the DLCs, you go into his mind, and you figure out just how fucking stupid and dislikable this dumbass is.
Okay.
Defer.
Okay, so it doesn't, it's not like the hero of the game or anything. We don't have to choose him. That's what I'm getting out of this.
I think
should be the main character.
Okay, so you gotta go with the main hero, I think.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, he's the main hero.
Yeah, in
you
the
can
pre-sequel, he's technically the main hero.
Okay.
Yeah, he defended that pretty much.
This was the question I came up with too. I cannot for the life of me think of one other than I would. Oh my god.
Flexes.
I know. Oh, son of a bitch. Because the only one that keeps coming up to me is the detective from L.A. Noire, and he's not even that bad of a guy. I'm probably just going to give this one to you, honestly.
Really?
I cannot come up with a good one. I cannot come up with a good one that could
Most
compete with
dislikable main character.
for most dislikable main character, because that it's the wait
I just
the
lost.
phone.
I probably.
I'm gonna go to a game called Until Dawn right now.
Oh
had multiple main characters.
No, son of a bitch.
So Until Dawn had a very wide cast of characters in it.
Even a celebrity in there. Hayden
Panettiere was one of the characters. She's not who I'm going after.
Yeah, I know who
The
you're
character I'm going after is actually a character by the name of Emily. She was a bitch, and just everything she said, she complained about every little thing about her boyfriend, who was, what was his name?
It was the black dude. Mark?
Chad? No.
No, it was
Chad.
Mark, wasn't
it?
Michael?
Mike.
Mike.
No.
It was Mike. No.
No.
Mike was the other dude.
Okay, well, she complained about her boyfriend. She always demeaned him in every kind of way. She demeaned everyone. She had the superiority complex where she needed to prove that she was superior to everyone in that group in some sort of way, and just this stone cold bitch attitude where a lot of people that have played Until Dawn or even watched Until Dawn are constantly looking at her like, oh my god, can she just die? Because that was another thing. A lot of characters would die, and some people there was a point where you had to save her, and people would be like, no, which ultimately led to her not dying, but anyway, it's still that you had that choice, and you were just like, no, I cannot save her because she's just that kind of person that you dislike so much. Her attitude and the way she treats other people is just asinine to that they even invite her to the mountain with them.
See, I'm gonna counter that for one reason and one reason only.
Okay.
You can kill her. You can't kill my character.
That's true, but the way that Until Dawn works is that even if it looks like you're killing her, it really doesn't lead to her death.
There's a straight up part where you dome her.
What?
You shoot her in the face.
That is a part, yeah. Alright, so we'll let the judges choose on it.
I think I'm gonna go with Emily.
Fuck! Boom! You can fuck.
Any reason, or?
Well, I just felt that, there's a little bit no, actually I know both characters fairly well. I've played a little and watched my fair share of Borderlands. I've watched we had our friend once
that's right.
play
Until Dawn,
and we gawked like a bunch of jerks because he wasn't really like into horror games.
But he liked it too.
Yeah.
He loved that game though.
And I remember that character, and I honestly, this was more on the debate. I just felt that you gave a very solid reasons. You expanded. You win at debate, not a bit more than you won at the particular character.
Right.
You provided more solid reasons to dislike for me to dislike this character.
Right. Luke.
Also agree, but I'm going to take it personally. I hated that character.
Right? I don't know anyone that played that game and was like, Emily's like a misunderstood character.
No,
Not many people.
I did hate her, so I agree.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
even
that was
even though I lost, that was
a really tough one. That's why I had to. I kind of faded off of L.A. Noire because I love L.A. Noire.
It's
It is such a good game.
Rockstar, if you watch this, look us up with a remaster.
Oh. Yes.
At least let me play it on PS4.
Or have us as voice actors. Or
Yeah, it could be
character models.
it could be like that one dick.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Next question is craziest character.
Craziest character. Okay.
Craziest meaning how?
Like lunatic.
Psychotic.
Psychotic.
Yeah, I got one.
I think I know yours. You're going back into Borderline, I think.
No, no.
Oh, okay.
No, no.
I'm actually going to jump into Twisted Metal. The character I'm thinking is Needles Kane. Needles Kane, the psychopathic clown that drives the Sweet Tooth. The guy used to be an ice cream vendor, but I'll continue later. I'll let you pick yours next.
So this one is near and dear to my heart, mostly because it kind of got me like my feet wet into horror games. But have to go with the main character from The Evil Within.
Ooh, what's his name?
I don't know his name. All I remember is that he's a cop, and then
Castellanos, Detective Castellanos.
So I have to go with him. He's
the craziest person.
He's the craziest person.
Okay.
Maybe
well,
not in that game,
I
but
totally have ways I can get through yours. But I would like to say that Needles Kane, he was an ice cream truck driver who later, just one day, just snapped, killed his entire family, and went on a murder spree, killing hundreds of people, and then the only regret he had in that whole time was letting one of his daughters escape. And so he joins the Twisted Metal tournament, which if you win it, you get a wish. What's his wish? To kill the one that got away. That's his only wish. That's his only desire. And also, just the fact that he used to be an ice cream vendor that just snapped one day. And the reason Sebastian, that's his name, Sebastian Castellanos, the reason he's not really crazy is because he's hooked up to a giant machine that's making him see all these different things. Because the same thing is going on with other people that are in his group. It's also going on with a lot of the people that are in the realm that takes place with Evil Within. Whereas Needles Kane just snapped. He is lunatic. He is justifiably insane. Whereas Sebastian Castellanos is he's just seeing all these things because of a machine that he's hooked up to.
yeah, as you make a good point for Needles Kane, I'm gonna disagree because Sebastian Castellanos, he's hooked up to a machine and all, so I guess you could say it's a simulation, but you don't find that out right away.
Well, no.
You have to play, so you're constantly thinking, my god, this dude's batshit insane. And to level up, you have to sit in an electric chair and get shocked. Anybody with 2 brains, let alone half a brain, will say, hell no, I ain't going in there just so I can become maybe a little bit stronger. Maybe I can hold just one more arrow. And you have to fight dudes who have safes on the heads that are always trying to kill you. You have to watch out for the sneaky ass traps. You have to watch out for like little demon babies, and it's just, not only does he doesn't fit in the setting, which I guess gives it another sense of insanity where kind of like a mental ward where you see the rehabilitated patients where, yeah, they look a lot better, but you know, like, any moment they could fuck up. And then you see the newcomers. This Castellanos dude, he's a rehabilitated one. And your Needles Kane guy just needs to be omitted.
Well, I think, actually that's our two back and forths, but what are you guys' thoughts?
I'm going to go with Needles Kane.
Fuck!
He's personally, I remember him being absolutely psychotic, more so than what the detective was. The detective only had things go in his mind. He wasn't, I don't think he was really killing anybody realistically. I think it was just all in his head, so he was just hallucinating. Whereas Needles, like, actually physically snapped and started killing people, and, like, he lost his mind and went berserk.
You could argue, though, that in dreams, it has been studied and more or less proven that you see what you really are. So, like, if I'm killing somebody, there's a part of me that can kill. If I'm, like, petting an animal or screwing a dude, there's a part of me that will pet an animal or screw a dude. Y'all feel me, cuz? Yeah, y'all feel me.
Oh. Stan?
I'm actually a bit split.
Would you like us to go another back and forth, or?
I think I'm gonna because I go with Connor this time.
Oh, Castellanos. Okay.
Because he's sort of one of the things that I think he hit the nail on the head is there's something you remember Alice in Wonderland, the story of the carpenter and the oysters and that sort of thing. And one of the things in the book that they don't mention in the movie is it's about eating who's the more evil, the one who ate the most oysters, or the fact that the guy who ate as many oysters as he could, the one who they both tricked them, they both only had the opportunity, you know, given the opportunity, this guy, you know, went, you know, I don't know exactly, but it sounds like he did some bad things given the opportunity, even though it was a simulation. He, you know, it's pent up somewhere in there and he's letting it out.
Okay. Well, that's the end of this episode of Gamers Gauntlet. We're walking away with a two-way tie right now. 1.5 points for Connor to 1.5 to me. Good game, man. Nice opening season.
That was really good.
Yeah. Tune in next week where we're going to have Stan take on Luke. We have the questions all written out. We're ready to go. So without being said, stay radical, my radicals. See you.